Hi guys. Hi. Today I'm going to be talking about how human deforestation is devastating the Amazon rainforest. And if any of you have been to my house, you probably know that I have like an ecosystem in my backyard, so I thought this would be an interesting topic since I know a lot about forests and stuff because my animals live around here and I see them build habitats. And yeah, so deforestation destroys trees because people use them for logging and paper and a bunch of everyday items that you've probably used more than a couple hundred times in your life without even thinking about it. But trees, a bunch of animals in the Amazon rainforest live in trees or use trees for their well-being. So by deforestation of the Amazon, an estimated 100 animals go extinct each year because their habitats get ruined or their food supply by trees. And as some of you probably know, oh, my bird just flew across the yard, sorry. As some of you probably know, trees suck up carbon dioxide and release oxygen. So by deforestation, we're just adding to the global panic that is global warming. And that is hurting animals as well. So even the animals that don't have habitats in trees, hey, look at that, it's a bird. Even animals that don't have habitats in trees, their numbers are getting ruined too because global warming, heat stroke, and it makes the world hotter and there's less oxygen to breathe, and the Amazon rainforest supports a lot of life. And also, by destroying trees, where some animals have babies in trees, like birds or types of small mammals like rodents that live in trees. So by cutting them down, where we might actually be destroying the chance for them to have babies, because if birds, say, have to make their nests on the ground, that leaves the eggs super vulnerable to lizards and snakes and stuff that like to eat them. So that we're decreasing the population even more. And I was watching this video called The Destruction of the Amazon Explained on YouTube to get facts for my notes. And I learned that 77,000 square miles of trees were falling, due to being cut down at extremely fast rates. And forest fires weren't making it any better. And a lot of forest fires, an insane number, have been started by people. The late 1900s was the time when people started going, oh my gosh, our actions are having insanely bad effects on the rainforest and other important ecosystems. Because the rainforest, I learned from that video, is actually an ecosystem that the whole world needs to live. People started noticing that the area with downed trees was twice the size of Belgium. Others were saying it was the size of New York State or California. That's a really big thing of downed trees. And the Amazon, they gave, in that video, they said the Amazon holds 1/6 of the oxygen we all breathe. 20% of the world's fresh water and half of all species of life on Earth. The Amazon makes that stuff and supports everything in it. But with deforestation, it's making it harder to. And even later in the 1900s, people actually thought there was no turning back for the Amazon rainforest. They thought it was going to be doomed. So that brings me to another part, what you can do to help. There are actually search engines that make money by showing advertisements, but they use it to plant trees in places like the Amazon rainforest. And what you can also do, you can make little ecosystems in your backyard that also helps the world, because, trees give us oxygen anywhere, So I don't know about you guys, but my parents don't really like when trees start sprouting up in our yard due to squirrels. So we noticed that a bunch of saplings were starting to sprout here last summer. So we replanted them over here where they could grow in peace. And this one, that one right there, is already growing super strong. And they survive through the winter. And a lot of birds and wild animals are using them. And to help more babies survive and get made, I made this little birdhouse for them with nest supplies, so that in the little saplings that we planted, they could go right there. Since my birds are partly tamed, they can go right there and get some nesting supplies so that they can have babies, and then their babies move off to other places, making the population of birds bigger. And they actually help in a lot of ways. And I have some rodents like squirrels, and they actually plant acorns. And like I said, if you don't want them planting acorns randomly over your yard, just wait till the sapling sprouts a little and then dig up under the roots, and you can replant it somewhere where you're okay with it growing. And there are also things that you can save bottles, like, recycled plastic bottles, and you can find an organization that uses the bottles. They make stuff out of them and then sell them, and they use all the money to animal conservation and growing trees. And what I'm trying to do to help right now is I've been putting food out for a lot of animals so that they'll come here and stay with me, and then they can stay while they have babies. Like, I take in weak ones. And if they want to have babies or mate, they can. And then if they want to leave, they also can, so that I'm increasing the population of animals. But I have a really big yard, and the grown-ups of your house might not like if you do that, so just ask if you can do that, and maybe stick to the bottles or the search engine with that. And remember, the Amazon rainforest isn't the only thing that's being deforested. There are often essay contests of, like, with National Geographic or Scholastic articles, and you can write one about why deforestation or something that we people are doing is hurting the environment anywhere, like in other forests or in the oceans. And to learn more about this, there's a show that I watched to learn a bit about this topic called America's National Parks, And it's amazing because you can just see animals and plants just growing and living, and you can see how each member of the ecosystem plays such a good role. And plants are the most important, actually. They provide shelter, food, they provide a home for some animals. Plants are the most important part of ecosystems to me. And they basically are the foundation for life on Earth, so we need to stop deforesting so much. And if we do have to continue deforestation for vital tools, we just want to make sure that trees are getting replanted in their place, so that you take one tree down and then you can put another one up, so that that one can be saved and we can have the same amount of oxygen and animals that we've had. Because in the 1900s, like I said, they did think it was a lost cause, but it's not a lost cause, because there are people working everywhere to save the animals and plants of the Amazon rainforest and forests everywhere. And it's been working, so make sure you use some of what I said, or go on your own internet search to see what you can do to help. Thank you for listening to my video on how deforestation is hurting the Amazon rainforest and what you can do to help. Thank you. Bye.